This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is internationally renowned economic geologist and member of Hannan Metals Advisory Board, Dr. Quinton Hennigh. Quinton, how are you today?
Very good, Gerardo. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for asking. You and I chatted, I want to say maybe over a year ago. You had initially accepted a position with Hannan Metals to come on to their advisory board. And at that time, you talked about the potential for this massive system with the land package in Peru, which ironically was a much smaller land package than the land package that the team has been able to assemble. It's since evolved into what looks like multiple types of systems and a basin scale play that has attracted the attention of JOGMEC, right? Which of course is the Japanese government's arm for metals and mining. And so I would love to get your thoughts on what attracted you then, how it's played out since, and where you see this progressing.
Yeah, certainly. Look, it has evolved. This is a very large scale project. It covers a very large area given the nature of the geology, which is basically a bedded copper silver system. And the analog, to refresh people's memory, is to look for a copper system akin to Kupferschiefer. Kupferschiefer, a lot of people say, what on earth is this? It's a system in Eastern Europe. Okay, it's actually the single biggest depository of copper metal on planet Earth that we currently know about. Okay, it's a huge system that formed in a sedimentary basin a couple 100 million years ago. It's basically formed through precipitation of metals out of fluids that were derived from percolation through the ground, and as well as perhaps even seawater, which is interesting. But these are the kind of systems that form really, really big deposits. And if you look at what's starting to emerge in Peru and elsewhere, actually in the region, there is a similar basin, similar, in fact, in age too. It's a little bit younger, but similar basin. It's got all of the right ingredients in terms of the geology, the layers of rock we like to see. It's got a lot of the processes that are involved in a system like this that made it form are also evident in the system in Peru. So, Hannan has been aggressive. They've staked additional ground over the past year. I think the last time we spoke was probably pre-pandemic, I guess. And
Correct.
I had just gone down refresh my memory. I think I'd just gone down to Peru.
Correct.
I visited site in February of 2020. Boy, it's just bizarre, this pandemic, and trying to recollect things, but they've made great progress in spite of the pandemic. So it's a big target, big think opportunity, but it has that kind of world-class potential for sure.
I reference the partnership with JOGMEC. That is a one part of the land package. Another completely separate part of the land package Hannan has 100% control over. We've seen just in the past several months this year a new copper gold porphyry discovery and the first high grade copper silver outcrops over 2.5 kilometers in separate parts of this basin. What are the differences between those two systems, and what's going to be needed to be successful here if there is going to be a discovery or discoveries of economic significance?
Yeah, look, just to kind of give a little more clarity on the deals and how what you just described. JOGMEC, JOGMEC is a branch of the Japanese government. It's basically the Japanese oil and gas and minerals ministry, and it's a unique group. Okay, Japanese are very smart. What they do is they provide money to JOGMEC to go out and look for new opportunities, and these will be opportunities that, if they come to fruition, like if exploration is successful, a Japanese mining house can come in and buy part or all of JOGMEC's stake. So it's basically a way for the Japanese to leverage a bit of we'll call it social, or corporate socialism, to try to get into this metal, strategic metals of interest. In particular, copper is probably the lead. They do also invest in things like zinc and lead as well. But in this case, they're focused on this because of the scale. And I've worked with the guys at JUGMEC over probably a 15-year period or so. I know many of them quite well. They're very smart guys, extremely good explorers. And I think this is a very good, position for Hannan to get in. Is with a partner like JUGMEC. It's just incredible. And it does pertain to the San Martin project. So if people go to the website, they can see maps and so forth. This is on the San Martin project, which is part, like you said, of the land holdings that that Hannan has across the region. They have also staked other areas for this sedimentary copper silver here recently, and they've also got a large area for porphyry potential as well. What's interesting is just to refresh people's memory, this is on the east side of the Andes. Okay, so we're on the east side of the Andean arc, and a lot of the geology over in this area is somewhat older, right, than the more typical porphyries and so forth that people think about, along the Andean arc, like the big porphyries you have down in the south of Peru, the big copper porphyries and so forth. So what we're looking at are actually some of the first porphyry systems to form in the arc when the Pacific Ocean was very young at that time. So it's interesting. It's geology that is a bit older, bit different, but it has very good potential. And given the work that's been done today, I think that they've demonstrated already that the potential for finding copper gold porphyry on this new package of ground is very, very good.
I think the opportunity is massive. Again, context matters. Hannan is now a top 10 concession holder in Peru. Every other company on that top 10 list is a major with, market caps in the billions. The land package as it stands today is 1,864 square kilometers. And so again, just impressive what's developed over the past year and a half. Quinton, I'm excited for the team to get back in the field. And of course, for drilling to start and commence later this year or early next year, once, this COVID pandemic is behind us. And I know in Peru, it's been tough recently. So, thoughts with everybody there. Anything to add about the opportunity or what to expect here moving forward?
Well, look, they are getting back out in the field. And that's critical. Look, it's been a long haul in Peru. Peru's open and then closed and open and closed. I mean, it's been a similar saga, I guess, elsewhere around the world. But in Peru, it's been a challenge to get some of the basic work done. Nonetheless, Hannan has made good progress. In addition to staking this ground, they've gotten out and done some regional stream sediment sampling that I helped advise on. And I think it will demonstrate very, very clearly, especially, I would say both with the sedimentary hosted stuff. So this is the San Martin area up in the north central Peru, and then this Previsto project where we're seeing these alkaline porphyries, these copper gold porphyries. I think that they'll be able to use this technique to quickly identify highly prospective areas. So it's really an important point for Hannan to get back in the field, get these samples collected, and demonstrate to the market the absolute world-class nature of this opportunity.
World-class nature. A great way to end it. Quinton, thank you so much for your time today, sir. I appreciate it.
No worries. Anytime. Thanks.
All right. You stay safe out there. Thank you.
Take care.